Hey guys, if you stumbled across this video, you're probably in the same boat. You're sick of the yo-yo dieting, back and forth. You're sick of fad diets not working, advertisement companies lying to you, trying to get to buy their product. You're probably so confused of what works, what pills should I get, what supplement should I be taking. So I'm going to hold your hand, walk you through everything about what works, what doesn't, why it works, and why it doesn't. I'm an LPN, but my passion is food. I've studied it for years and years and years, and it's like I started doing this, and this is the first video I've made on this because I've just felt it that I just have to get it all out. I have all this information, and it drives me nuts to all those big name companies taking advantage of people just like you and me who have tried everything there is to try. But if there's a magic pill, everyone would be thin, right? We can all agree there is no magic pill. So, and I just want to share my knowledge. There's no point of having all this knowledge if it has nowhere else to go. I like to help people. I had many clients I used to cook for that did lose weight or just wanted to become healthier. There's one who wanted to lower his blood pressure, and we actually was able to do that with the foods I was cooking him. But this is not about me selling anything, and that's what I want you to get. I am not selling anything. This is free information. I want you guys to know the truth. I want you guys to know why all these companies are BS, and I want you to be able to start losing weight today with just a few, the healthiest way to lose weight, the right way to lose weight, the timing, the times you should be eating. Everybody's so confused on that because I see so many different people saying you need to fast at this time, no, you need to fast at this time. And I will explain the science, not in a boring way. And I'll even talk about exercise. Everybody thinks, oh, I don't have time to exercise. I'm here to tell you, you do not have to exercise to lose weight. And I'm going to tell you why. So if you bear with me, you will learn everything. And you can start actually getting healthy and losing weight, or whatever your goal is. Even if you want to just be more healthy, I will help you with that. We will go over all these things and more. All I ask in return is if you hit that subscribe button so I can continue to make these videos, so I can continue to help you and help others. First of all, let's get this right. Diets don't work. Ketone diet, low carb, no carb, asparagus diet, cottage cheese diet, whatever crazy, insane diet you may have heard of, no diets work. So first of all, let me tell you why low carb diets drives me nuts. It is the worst kind of diet there claims to be. I don't care what anybody says. Your body needs 45 to 65% of its nutrition from carbs alone. So whoever tries to tell me a low carb diet is helpful for your brain, they're insane. Your brain functions off of carbs and carbs alone. Glucose out of the nutrition is the only thing small enough to pass that blood-brain barrier, and your brain needs the energy to function. So those low carb diets, why it makes people feel lethargic, tired, it's because your brain needs the glucose. Your brain will end up using first the proteins and then fats when it is in lack of carbs. And what that does, when your body doesn't have the carbs, it's going to start breaking down your muscle. And when it breaks down that, it leaves these ketone bodies, hence the ketone diet, and they're very acidic. And what it does, basically, that it brings your pH way down, and it causes metabolic acidosis and all kinds of side effects with that. I mean, if it gets, if you have too much acid, it could potentially be life-threatening. So you don't want those ketone bodies in your body. You don't want to keep just bringing that acid down. You get sweaty, lethargic, tachycardia, where your heart beats faster. You'll start breathing faster, and your heart's racing because it's trying to blow off that extra acid. Well, like I said, your body, you need 45 to 65% of your diet in carbs, and then 25 to 35% needs to be protein, and about 10 to 15% from fat. And we're not talking about like let's go eat a Big Mac or anything, which you can. And that's the thing people get in their mind about diets is, I can never eat my favorite foods. I can't have ice cream anymore. I can't have cookies. I can never have pizza. That just sounds horrible. I'm not going to do it. Well, that is so completely farthest from the truth. You can still have that cookie. You can still have pizza. It's all about moderation, and I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. But basically, how you need to be eating, I've heard people talk about how you need to fast throughout the morning even though you just spent all night fasting. That doesn't make sense. The fastest way to jumpstart your metabolism and get it going is to eat first thing in the morning when you wake up. Eggs and whole wheat toast and some yogurt, which I've heard companies talk bad about all of those foods. Because why? Because they're trying to sell you a product. So they're going to tell you what you've always known to be true. They're going to now tell you that you were wrong and those foods are bad for you because they're trying to sell their supplement, right? Yogurt is very good for you. I heard somebody talking about how it has so much sugar, 18 grams, and yogurt, if we can all agree that yogurt is not created equally. She was probably talking about 18 grams for one of those sweetened little tubs you get at Walmart. Well, even if you're talking about a Go-Gurt, one of those kids yogurts, those probably have like 26 grams of sugar. So yeah, they have a lot of sugar. But guys, there's more yogurt than just Go-Gurt and strawberry flavored. The best kind of yogurt for your gut health that will help your normal biota is Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt. So there's no added sugar, it's just plain Greek yogurt. And then, and some people can't eat that because they say, oh, that's bitter, that's not good. Well, it is kind of bitter, but it's the best for you to get your gut bacteria back in check. And you can sweeten it with anything. You can sweeten it with honey, which is better for you. You could put any kind of fruit in it, or even oats, or those crunchy things, nuts, whatever you want. You can make it taste really good and be so healthy for you. If you have a cup of Greek yogurt and slice up some blueberries and put them in there, that is a super snack for one. Fruit is really good for you because of all the antioxidants it has. Because everybody has these free radicals floating around their body that just bounce around and damage your healthy cells. So what antioxidants actually do is bind with those free radicals that are in your body, damaging your healthy cells, and basically flush it out. So anyone that says fruit is not good for a diet either, they are absolutely insane. Because they're like, oh, fruit has carbs. Well, you know what? Yeah, and it has so much vitamins and minerals. Your body to function correctly, it has to have all these macronutrients plus the micronutrients, which are your vitamins and minerals. And the reason people crave food is because they are lacking something, some kind of nutrient, some kind of mineral to carry out its functions for the enzyme for your body to function. So cravings come from a lack of some kind of nutrition that you need. So say you're lacking iron, so your body starts craving ice cream. It doesn't say your body craves the correct things, it just knows it's craving something. So if you're eating ice cream all the time, well, you might be lacking some nutrition. So if you eat these certain foods every day, what it'll actually do, you will stop having these cravings. If you give your body what it needs, it is not going to have these late night munchies, ice cream binging episodes. Which is okay, and that's the thing about diet too. People don't want to give up the food they love. Like I said, you don't have to. Everything is in moderation. If you want a pizza for dinner, have that pizza. Just don't have 5 pieces of pizza. You can still enjoy the things you want. Just moderation is so key to everything. You could practically eat anything you wanted. McDonald's for breakfast, pizza for lunch, if everything was in moderation. But people don't know how to eat in moderation. They think a hamburger with fries is moderation. Well, no, about 1/4 of that Big Mac with a little handful of fries, that is one portion that an average adult actually needs. So that is why it's so hard to gain weight, because our mind is so misstrued in what a portion actually is. Exercise can make you lose weight faster, but it is not necessary to lose weight. You'll feel better if you exercise because it's good for you, but it is not necessary to lose weight. Exercise only counts for about that 10% where you want to be. Say you've lost all this weight, you're at the weight you want, but you still got a little loosey-gooseys here and there. Well, exercise is good for that last 10% to really shape and tone things. And you can't get shape and strong and tone without exercising, but you can absolutely lose the weight that you want without having to exercise. So I don't want to hear that excuse, well, I just don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to go on a walk. I work a full-time, 2 full-time jobs and have 20 kids. That's not an excuse. You don't have to exercise to lose weight. I don't know. I can't stress that enough. But the superfoods. So I call superfoods getting the most bang for your buck, right? They have the most amount of nutrition, those macronutrients, those micronutrients that your body needs, zinc, iron, all of that good stuff. They have the highest amount of those for the least amount of calories. So when I say superfoods, this is what I'm talking about. Get the most bang for your buck. Get the most nutrition for the littlest calories. And the top superfoods are eggs. I tell you that. Eggs are the most underestimated protein there is. They are so good for you. Your body needs proteins to rebuild itself, and eggs are one of the best foods. And don't even bring up that word, oh, they have carbs. No, I'm not going to hear that. They are excellent source of protein, nutrition. They're so good for you, and they're so cheap. You can get like a dozen for $1.25. Who would not eat eggs every morning for breakfast? That's why you see a lot of bodybuilders drink raw eggs. And now I'm not saying that's good for anybody. They're definitely taking a risk because you don't want to get salmonella. But they do that because anything in the rawest form that you can get is going to have the most nutrients. So the close you can eat anything in the raw state, and now I'm not talking about pork that's going to hurt you. I'm talking about vegetables, fruit. Some people cook them and throw them in a muffin. Fruit anyway. Some people, steam broccoli. So raw broccoli obviously is going to be better for you than steamed broccoli. Steamed is going to be better for you than fried broccoli, and so on. The most purest form it can stay to its original state, that's where you're going to get the most nutrients. But you don't think you have to go around eating raw carrots all the time, because no one likes to eat raw carrots all the time, right? But something's better than nothing. So if you can't eat your carrots until they're fried, crispy, and golden brown, then eat them that way. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just telling you, in the purest form to itself is where most nutrition is, but you're still going to get some of that nutrition even fried and being totally cooked. Along with the superfoods. So I talked about eggs. Yogurt is among that. Greek yogurt is among the superfoods. Spinach, kale, watermelon, and the superfood spices are turmeric, garlic, ginger, paprika. All of those things help boost your metabolism. So instead of like cooking vegetables with a bunch of salts, try to add some garlic, paprika to that, maybe even ginger. You might even like it. And what those super spices do is they boost your metabolism and raise your immune system. Garlic especially good cardiovascular. It lowers blood pressure and everything. I cannot state how important garlic actually is for your health. But that's another subject. That's another video. I won't get on my garlic pedestal today. And so you have your legumes that are extremely good for you, and those are just I'm sure everybody knows what legumes are now, but they look like tiny little beans, and you cook them, and they're packed full with iron and protein. So if you're not a meat eater, then those are an excellent source to get your protein. Also, tofu is a good source to get your protein if you do not like meat. But if you do like meat, salmon is a superfood. Salmon is very good for you. And you know how I said earlier, you need about 10-15% of fat. I'm talking about good fats, you guys. Salmon is a good source of good fat. It has all your omega-3, omega-6, all those fatty acids that you need. And sardines, not many people like sardines. I know I don't, but they are one of the top superfoods because it has calcium. It has everything in it. Think it's a fish with a bone in it. Well, what is bone made of? So it's like a power-packed little fish. Whole grains, guys, whole grains. I saw another video saying whole grains are bad for you. Don't eat. No, that's a load of crap. You want whole grains. So when you make a sandwich, use 100%. You got to make sure it says 100% whole grains because the store could sell you anything, right? They can say, oh, this is wheat bread. Well, it could have some wheat in it, but it's probably very, very little amount. So you got to make sure it says 100% whole wheat or whole grain. Either one will work. And shrimp's okay for you. It's a low-calorie, really good snack. It's not going to have as much nutrition in it as salmon does. Those are one of the highest fish. There's a lot more. There's some fish that are really hard to find that have more nutrients, but for rule of thumb, salmon is very healthy for you. And so what does this all mean? Like, you're telling me you don't have to exercise, you're telling me about these good foods, and what do I have to do to actually lose weight? Well, I was giving you the base of it now so we understand what foods are good and what foods give you so much nutrition. So even if you ate these nutritional foods half of the time, you're going to start losing weight and you are going to have less cravings. You will notice because you're giving your body those certain nutrition. If you eat out all the time, or if you eat Ketone Diet meals all the time, you're getting very, very little nutrition. That is not nutritional food. All those are calories. They're empty calories. So if you still feel sluggish after eating all day, going out to eat all day, that is why, because it's empty. It has calories, okay? Your body says thank you for the calories, but it's saying we still need certain proteins, we still need certain enzymes, we still need certain vitamins, because without those minor vitamins and nutrients, your body can't carry out functions, because they need those particles to open enzymes and catalyze reactions. This is all you need to do to lose weight. It's this simple. Eat 5 to 6 times a day. Remember earlier how I said portions are one of the number one things. I'm talking about portion, guys. The size of your fist, that is a portion. That's how big your stomach is. So if we're eating meals this big, think of what that's doing, actually. And that's why I say eat 5 to 6 times a day, because I realize this is a small portion. And a lot of people aren't used to it. And what you can even eat every couple hours this size, and you'll feel like you're eating all day and you won't feel hungry. So 5 to 6 times a day. Wake up in the morning. Eat 2 eggs on a piece of whole wheat bread with half a cup of yogurt, half a cup of fruit. That is one meal. 2-3 hours later, because eggs always make me hungry after I eat them for some reason, because it speeds up your metabolism so fast. Get a snack. A snack could be fry up some vegetables. It doesn't matter what you eat for snack. You can eat string cheese. You can eat an apple, banana, or 1 cookie, or 2 cookies. You know, that is a snack. Then 2-3 hours later, at lunchtime, eat a tuna salad. Eat salmon on a bed of spinach. Eat rice. If you want rice with it, just get 100% whole grain rice. And the 100% whole grain, it gives you fiber, so it helps you have more regular bowel movements, and it keeps things going through your body instead of just feeling bleh and stuffed. Then a few hours later, eat a small snack, several crackers and a few pieces of summer sausage. And the most important thing you got to remember too is drink water throughout the day. This is going to help you lose so much weight. 1, you'll feel fuller. 2, it's flushing those toxins right out of you. When people feel bloated, sometimes it just makes them want to eat more, because when your body feels bad, you just keep feeding it to, hopefully you'll just magically feel better. if you're not getting enough water, toxins will stay in your body. That is going to make you feel more bloated, and you won't want to drink water. But I'm telling you, the more water you drink, even if you feel bloated, the more it's going to flush these toxins and salts out of you. And with those molecules and the salts, water goes where salt goes. So it'll start going out your body. You'll start peeing all those toxins out. You'll flush them out. You want to really drink until you pee clear. Some people always pee clear, but make that a goal. Like, oh, my pee is still yellow. I need to drink more water. Just keep drinking. On a rule of thumb, take your pounds, divide them by half. So say 150, a half would be 75. So that's how many ounces, 75 ounces of water that a 150-pound person would need is 75 ounces of water. And you might think that's a lot. Some people might hear that and think, oh, that's not a lot at all. That's about 8 to 9 full 8-ounce glasses of water. That's how much you should be drinking. Just make yourself drink water if you really want to lose weight. Like I said, you want to just eat as much power superfoods as you can throughout the day and eat every 2 to 3 hours. And this keeps your metabolism going. What happens if you don't eat? You don't eat till lunchtime. Say you skip breakfast. Your body is trying to already slow down its functions because it's thinking, I need to save that glucose. I need to save that carbs for the brain because the brain has to function. So your metabolism will really, really slow down. And that's why, some people are like, you just must have a fast metabolism. Or some people say, my metabolism is really slow. Well, you could do things to speed it up. Don't think that's genetically you're bound to one way it works. You could do things to speed up your metabolism. And eating every 2 to 3 hours speeds it up tremendously. But like I said, eat first thing when you wake up. Because if you don't eat, then your metabolism is already starting to slow down. So it's going to be harder to lose weight the slower your metabolism is. So you don't want to skip that. That's retarded when people say that. And it makes no sense. There's no science behind starving yourself till midday. That does nothing. Everything I'm saying, you could physically go research a professional document library. Anybody going to college has access to all these journals, all these studies that have been researched that they have access to, and you can find all this information in there. Then the next important thing is the time you stop eating. So you want to get all your meals throughout the day, eat every 2 to 3 hours, get that ice cream out of the way if you feel like you have to have ice cream. That's another thing. Don't ever deny yourself of something you want in that moment. And what I'm talking about is if you want that Reese's Pieces or if you want that cookie, don't keep putting it off day and day and day. Your mind is gonna become fixated on it, and you're gonna really, really start wanting that cookie. And what's gonna happen is if you deprive yourself of that cookie all week long, you're gonna all of a sudden binge. So instead of just having that one cookie when you should have, now you're at the end of the week having a whole box of cookies. And then you're like, I ruined my diet. I got to start over Monday. It's always Monday. I ruined it this weekend. I'm going to start over Monday. That's a cycle people have. It's a cycle I always had. So if you want that cookie on Tuesday for lunch, then eat the stinking cookie Tuesday for lunch. If you want a Big Mac for lunch one day, go eat a Big Mac. Go eat a Big Mac. Take that Big Mac, take out the middle bun, cut it in half, eat half. Cut it in half, throw one half away, and eat that half. Because after you eat that half, since you already threw away the other half, you won't want it no more. Because you won't have it, and then you'll feel a lot better about yourself. I mean, there's just little things you can do. You don't have to starve yourself of things you want. You just have to think about the portion size. Because a Big Mac has like 1,000, 1,200, something like that, calories in it. So that's basically your whole day right there is one Big Mac. How are you supposed to eat the rest of the day 4 or 5 other more times without going over your caloric intake? Also, I know I'm everywhere, but there's just so much information. It's hard to get in this little video. Also, those prepackaged diet foods from any place, Jimmy Craig or whatever. I don't even, Walmart, wherever you want to get them. If things are, when things are reduced fat, low fat, sugar free, low sugar, anything that says any of fat free, whatever, what they're basically doing is taking the flavor out. I mean, if they have to take off all the butter and stuff that tastes good to make it low fat, it has hardly any flavoring, which whatever, okay, but to make up for that, to make it actually taste good, they have to pump it with some other kind of filler that's not good for you. So when they say this is good, it's low fat, it's not good for you. These low fat, I tell all my clients that too. If you want ice cream, or if you want a soda, even diet soda, stay away from it. Because also what you're doing there, if you drink diet soda all the time, you're tricking your mind in a sense that thinking it's getting sugar. And you're thinking you're satisfying your mind. But your body is telling you different. You're not getting the glucose that it thinks it's getting. So what will happen more if you're drinking sugar-free soda or diet soda, first you get the aspartame in it, that's a different story. But if you're drinking diet soda, then it's no calories, it's nothing, which you're like, well, shouldn't that be good for me? Not really. Well, drinking water is the best, but if you think you got to have soda, stay away from that diet soda because it has chemicals that can actually make you feel more bloated. But if you feel like you got to have a soda, drink a regular soda, like not a diet Dr. Pepper, drink a Dr. Pepper. Because, like I said, if you keep drinking those diet sodas, then it's going to actually make you crave more sugar. So you have that diet soda and then late at night, oh, here comes, I want my gallon of ice cream because you didn't get that sugar earlier and you tricked your mind into thinking it did. So basically what it did, it just made you crave that gallon of ice cream when you could have just had a soda during the day. Because what's important about not eating late. So the time, we'll talk about the time now. The time is very important. Obviously not as important as drinking water because that is very important. Your body is made up 75% water, so your body needs water to function. So that is the most important thing because you can't actually survive that long without water. You can survive months and months without food, but not water. So like I said, timing is everything. So get all your meals in. Stop eating around 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night. Just stop. That's when you're done. You might enjoy a glass of wine after whatever. Do what you got to do, but stop eating food after 5:30 or 6. This is very, very important. If you stay up and eat food till 8 or midnight, then it is going to be so much harder for you to lose weight. So that's kind of your fasting period. Stopping at 6 until you go to bed, and then all night. You have all that time to fast because you're sleeping. Your body doesn't need energy weight, as much energy weight you're sleeping because you're sleeping. But that's why it's so important when you wake up, don't fast longer. That's dumb. Get something to eat so your metabolism, like, okay, we're ready to go to work. You're giving us food. We're going to hustle throughout the day. You eat every couple hours. It's going to continue. Okay, we're getting fed. We need to hustle. We need to hustle. If you go without eating, your metabolism will slow down. So eating 5 to 6 small meals a day is so much better than eating 3 large meals a day or medium, whatever you eat. It's going to speed up your metabolism that much more. And the spices, those are going to speed up your metabolism. Put garlic on everything. So all that's just going to work to speed up your metabolism. About the exercise, told you I'd talk about the exercise. I have not exercised in 10 years, guys, just because I'm lazy. I should. If you exercise, obviously you will lose weight faster. You will feel better. Your body will feel better. Your mind will feel better. You'll just feel overall more completely better if you exercise. But why I say it's not, you don't have to exercise to lose weight is because that is the number one biggest excuse I hear from my clients is I don't have time to exercise. Therefore, if people think they don't have time to exercise, then they get in their mind, well, I'm not going to lose weight then. There's no point in me trying to go on a diet. There's no point in me trying to lose weight, try to eat differently, because I just simply don't have the time to exercise, and I'm never going to lose weight without exercising. That is false. If you eat how I explain, look up superfoods. My next video will be over just superfoods, but that is so important. Even if you get half of your meals superfoods and half junk, or whatever it is you want to eat, a hamburger, Happy Meal, whatever, just do it in moderation and just watch your portions. You don't have to totally change the way you're doing things. And that's also what people think. They're like, diet is so hard, I just have to change everything. Well, there's no such thing as a diet. What it is a lifestyle change. Diets don't work. You will lose weight from some diets that are unhealthy, like low carbs. People might be watching this and saying, well, I lost weight using low carbs. How many times have you gained that weight back? How many times have you went on a low carb diet? How many times has it worked? I'm sure it has worked. But how many times has it kept it off forever? Think about that. There's no such thing as a diet. It's a lifestyle change. If you want to lose weight the healthy way and the right way and keep it off, that's the most important thing. If you do it this way, you'll keep it off. If you do those crazy trend diets, you'll most likely gain all that weight back. Just the superfoods. If you can even sneak some of those in your meals, say you don't want to even eat healthy, then just do small portions of whatever it is you want to eat. Small portions, 5 to 6 times a day. Stop eating at 5:30. You'll still lose weight. If you want to lose weight faster though and be healthier, you find some way to incorporate those superfoods. And it could even like cooking with spinach, cooking spinach Alfredo, throwing that in there. Well, you're getting iron, you're getting all those little, you're getting a bunch of little micronutrients. So your body's getting stuff it actually needs. And it's like, hey, we can do something now. We can work the right way. We can metabolize the right way because we have all these minerals that helps these enzymes get to work.